All right, so thanks for joining me. Okay, I see who's unmuted. It's just Liza. I was going to say, if you're not muted, go ahead and mute yourself, but you can unmute yourself, Liza. So I wanted to say a couple quick things. We've got a lot going on this month, so just to make sure that everybody knows what's going on, I was just writing down on my notes. So we have the my levels 1 through 4 or under Matt, so any Team Kramer levels 1 through 4. You are, all your new ambassadors are eligible to win the reimbursement of their $34.95 back for their joining fee if they meet the criteria that are in the contest. It's actually my cover page photo for our entire group, so if you want more information on that, look at that. But be sure to be telling people that when they join, if they meet those conditions, which are pretty basic, simple conditions, that they can win earn their $34.95 joining fee back. So that is for all new ambassadors in January, February, and March if they are in my level 1 through 4 or Matt's level 1 through 4. And if you don't know how to figure that out, look at your upline genealogy report or your upline report, and that'll show you where you are, and they're going to be one level away from me more than you are. So if you're my level 2, someone you sign is going to be my level 3. If you're my level 4, someone you sign is going to be my level 5. They're not going to be eligible for the contest, so sorry. There's a bingo contest going on. I hope you've seen that. So that's kind of fun, and that's pretty self-explanatory, except you only get one check mark or one X or whatever per new ambassador or per new customer. You can't have one new ambassador and then mark the board 4 times. So I hope that is clear. Now with the 500 PV, because you can't get 500 PV 3 times, I don't know why they put it like that. I didn't make up the board, but you can mark off the different spots for the 500 PV. Just like if it says register for convention twice, you can mark off both because you can't physically do that 2 times. But as far as getting new ambassadors, you absolutely can get more than one. So you can only mark that off 1 time, or new customers per person. We have the 2-week new customer contest going on, which started yesterday. So for every new customer that you get, you are going to be put in a raffle. And if you are brand new and you get a new customer, or you've never had a customer before, so you get your first new customer, then you are going to get double raffle points for that. So, and then at the end of the 2 weeks, essentially the end of February, March 1st, then I will draw a winner who will win a bag of Slim. And then my last thing to tell you, Adria, my upline, just posted in her team page that every brand new ambassador this month who has $100 over their welcome kit this month, so you have to buy a welcome kit as a new ambassador and get 100 PV over that, so get your first customer, is going to go in a contest where she's giving away swag, and she's going to have 3 different winners. So somebody's going to win that. So it might as well be your new ambassador, or you if you're a brand new ambassador. So jump on that. That will be great. And that is it. So we are going to start tonight. Liza's going to give her testimony. Some of you have heard it before, but there's lots of new people on the team, and so I wanted everybody to hear her awesome testimony. So take it away.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, perfect.
And don't forget, guys, I also have my own contest going, so I think you've all seen it in the Diamonds page. So I'll be posting that again or updating that again, looking for people to kind of put in there who's doing the best so far. So anyway, so I'm Liza Quigley. I am a Ruby ambassador with Plexus. I think most everybody on here knows me, but for those of you who don't, I started with Plexus in July of 2014. I saw Melissa's husband posting on Facebook that he went off his cholesterol meds and his blood pressure meds, and he was losing some weight. And I had never heard of Plexus, so I reached out to him wondering what it was because I had been on so many different things. So he told me about it, and I kind of did a little bit of research, and about a month later, in July, I finally decided to order, and then to sign up as an ambassador to get the products for wholesale. And I had no intention of sharing. And probably about 6 or 7 weeks into being on the products, I started noticing I was sleeping better. All kinds of different good things were going on for me. So I started sharing about them. So to backtrack a little bit, I have always struggled with losing the same 40 pounds. I have probably lost 40 pounds. I can't tell you how many times. And I lost it right before my wedding in 2009. And after that, I went into a deep depression. And not because I'm married, but because everything was over, I think. And I've struggled with depression. And went into a deep depression, and I gained 50 pounds. So July of 2014, I was waking up every day in pain. I wasn't sleeping. I would have to take a sleeping pill every night. I was on antidepressants. I had terrible restless leg syndrome. I had plantar fasciitis to the point where I almost had to take a leave of absence from work. And I went to the Good Feet store or insert for my shoes. Terrible gas and bloating. I mean, you name it, I probably had it. It just was not, I would wake up going, is thinking to myself, is this it for the rest of my life? So when I started noticing these changes about 6-7 weeks in, about sleeping better, and I wasn't having to take a sleeping pill for the first time in 6 years, and my restless leg was gone, I thought, okay, wow, this is pretty awesome. And then I started losing weight, but that came with the loss of sugar cravings. I just didn't want sugar anymore, and I noticed I wasn't snacking at night anymore. And it just kind of started happening for me. 4 months in, I noticed I had a ton of energy, and I thought, well, I might as well put this energy to use. So I started working out. Now, keep in mind, all this time I am sharing about Plexus on Facebook, and it's been amazing. So by June of last year, 2015, I had lost 54 pounds. And I was exercising all of the time, every day pretty much, because I had so much energy and I just wanted to. I was eating better. I had no more sugar cravings. When I first started this, Melissa had said, oh, you're never going to want coffee anymore. I said, I don't think so. I love coffee, and I go to bed thinking about what flavor I'm going to have in the morning. Well, in April of last year, I noticed I hadn't had a cup of coffee. It was just unheard of for me. And now I very rarely drink coffee unless I'm in first class because I fly a lot. They have awesome coffee on Delta, so I drink it as a little special treat. But other than that, I never make it at home anymore. I think my Keurig's been used once since last February, and that's it. My depression and anxiety are completely gone. My plantar fasciitis is gone. I have no clue where my shoe inserts even are. I don't know. I'm trying to think. My gas and bloating is completely gone. And I feel amazing. I feel healthy. I'm not achy all the time. I'm not tired. And it's just been incredible. The financial part of this for me and my husband has been unbelievable. Something I never, ever expected, considering I had been in MLMs before and I never made a dime. And 2 or 3 weeks ago, my husband was just able to quit his job because of the money that we're bringing in from Plexus. And now he can go and find another job, something that he wants to do, because his other job was absolutely horrible. So his last day there is going to be March 10th, and we are ecstatic, and it could never have happened without Plexus and their amazing compensation plan. So that's it.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it every time I hear it, even though I've heard it like 1,000 times. I'm like, oh, it always makes me so happy. So yay. Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Sure.
All right. So tonight we are talking about customers and how we get someone to become a customer. And so I have 5 key steps that you need to consider. They're not necessarily do this, do this, do this. They're not in order specifically, but they are 5 key things that you need to know and consider and do in order to get customers. So if you have questions, I'm going to sneeze. If you have questions, then add them to the chat. Excuse me. One of these days I'm going to sneeze. And in the meantime, I'm just going to keep talking, and then I will answer your questions as I see them pop up or at the end. So one of the first things you need to consider, and I hope you're taking notes because there are 5 of these with a lot of kind of sub-notes with them. You have to be open to asking questions. Be a little bit nosy with people, because that's the only way that you're going to delve in and really know what's going on with them and what they need you for, what they need Plexus for. So the first question that I always try to remember to ask someone is, what interests you the most about Plexus? And when you're asking what interests you the most, you're talking about three main things. Some people are going to join you for weight loss. Some people are going to be looking to join you for wellness, just overall health. They might not need to lose any weight. They might need to gain weight. They're not worried about their weight as much as they're worried about wellness. And some people are actually going to initially join you for the wealth. They're going to look at this as a business opportunity. So in order to know how to talk to someone about Plexus, you really have to know what their motive is and what they're coming to you for. So what interests you the most about Plexus is a great opening question. And you might even say, what interests you the most about Plexus? Is it weight loss, general wellness, or are you looking for the business opportunity? And then let them tell you what it is that they're coming to you for. Another great question, because again, we just want kind of to get comfortable having this slew of ideas of questions in our brains so that when it's the appropriate time to use them, that's what comes out. We know that we should be asking these questions. What are your health goals? When someone comes to me about Plexus, we're talking, I need to, I'm really interested in this Plexus stuff. Okay. So what are your health goals? What interests you, beyond you already know that they want weight loss, so they want wellness. Well, what is it about that? What are your specific health goals that you're looking to achieve? And sometimes people will be very generic about that. So ask additional questions. Do you suffer from sugar cravings? Do you ever get migraines? Do you, think of all the kind of, the things that ProBio 5 helps with, the things that Plexus Slim helps with. Those are the kinds of things that I'll shoot out to somebody. If they just say, I just need to get healthier. Okay, we need to narrow down. I don't have to say to them, we need to narrow down what's wrong with you. I will say, do you suffer from acne or allergies, migraines, and then kind of tease out some of that information, because people aren't always apt to give you, hey, I'm on anxiety meds and I've got PCOS. You kind of have to question back and forth, have this conversation to get to that. Some other questions that can be great for just adding into this conversation. What have you tried in the past? What other, ways have you tried to deal with this issue, like with migraines? Are you on a medication for that? What medications have you tried in the past? How well have they worked for you? Because that's going to give you a good feel for how much they've actually put into this with weight loss. Have you tried other programs in the past? What worked well for you with that? What didn't? Maybe it's, oh my gosh, I can't live on a meal plan. Okay, that's great, because we actually don't have a meal plan, blah, 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 blah. You can just go into that conversation about Plexus from those questions. Not quite in line, but other questions that I like to ask. What holds you back from purchasing? That's a great question for, and we're going to talk about follow-up, but that's a great question for during follow-up. Just point blank, ask them, what holds you back from making this purchase? It's a great way to understand why someone's not buying as quickly as you think they should. Now, obviously, that's not a question I would ask somebody in the first day that they start asking questions about it. That's a great follow-up question for, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You haven't heard from them in a month or two. We're going to talk about follow-up. But what holds you back from purchasing? And a great closing question, when you're in conversation with someone and you've told them everything they want to know and they've asked about pricing and you've told them about pricing, which do you see yourself doing? Would you like to become a preferred customer or an ambassador? It's kind of like a soft close on the sale. You're obviously not forcing them to make a commitment, but you're kind of putting out there, these are your two options. Which one would you like? And it's a real nice, kind, gentle way to say, hey, what are you going to do? Which of these do you see yourself doing? Becoming a preferred customer or becoming an ambassador? And then leave it to them. They're going to tell you what they want to do. So asking lots of questions and having a conversation. Melissa Martin talks about this a lot. And she talks about the fact that this has to be a back and forth relationship conversation. You cannot just vomit Plexus all over somebody. You cannot, please don't send them tons of product information and the compensation plan and the different ways to purchase and blah, 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 all these different things all at once. They're going to look at that and they're going to go, oh my gosh, I can't even read all this. I can't deal. So instead, it's tiny little bits. Give them a little bit, ask them a question. Get the answer, give them a little bit, ask them a question. And it works really well to have that back and forth conversation. So number one was asking questions. Number two, focus on the person you're talking to and focus on the benefits that they are going to see from these products. People can only listen to you tell them how great you feel for so long. That's not something they can connect with. What they're really going to connect with is when you tell them how they're going to feel. And I've done a training on this before. If you've never seen it, you should go out on my YouTube channel. It's The Mama Kramer, and find the training that is called Selling the Destination, Not the Airplane. And essentially what it is talking about this exactly, where you are talking about the fact that we want to tell someone how they're going to feel once they're on our products, how their life is going to change because of these products, how the business is going to change their life. So some examples. You will feel more energy, so that's how you're going to feel, and then this is how it's going to change their life. So you can play with your kids when you get home, or so you can feel ready to play with your kids when you get home, so you're not exhausted at the end of the day. Whatever it is, anything like that, you're going to feel so much better when you no longer are suffering from daily migraines and can, live with all the lights on, whatever it is, it's how they feel and how that's going to affect their life. It's not, hey, I don't have migraines anymore. It's how you're going to feel when you no longer. Put them in this mental place where they can envision, oh yeah, I could totally see coming home and playing with my kids. They see themselves on the floor playing with their kids. It's just a mental, when you give words that show somebody how they should feel or how they will feel, they're mentally going to envision that. They're going to see it. But when you're telling them how you feel, they can't see that. Do you see the difference? You have to show them how they are going to feel. Our business will help you earn extra money so that you can quit that second job. Now, clearly you have to know something about someone. You have to know that they have a second job in order to say something like that. But again, we've asked questions and we kind of know, we're teasing out where somebody's need is. And so we're going to meet that need, and we're going to help them to envision their lives making enough money that they can quit that job. They can mentally see themselves, oh yeah, I can totally see myself giving notice and quitting that job. And it encourages and inspires them, and it kind of draws them in like, oh my gosh, I really want that. Could you really teach me how to do that? Yes, absolutely. Whatever. And you can do that with anybody. You can say, our business helps or is going to help you with having financial security during retirement. If you're talking to someone who's, closer to the retirement age, or our business is going to help you to be able to get your husband out of that horrible job that he can't stand. Whatever it is, those are things that people connect with and they want, that's their desire. Talking about focusing on other people and the benefits they're going to see, make sure that they know how easy our 60-day money-back guarantee is. And I posted this on, actually I didn't post it. I mentally thought about posting it. It's going tomorrow on our team page, but I did talk about all the different ways that Preferred Customer and how easy Preferred Customer is. Tomorrow I'm going to post about our 60-day money-back guarantee, but I'll just say it now. Our 60-day money-back guarantee cannot get any easier, you guys. All a person has to do is either call customer service or email customer service, and then you call in to reference that email. So if I have, I have an 87-year-old customer, all she would have to do is email customer service, cs@plexusworldwide.com, and say, I don't like this, I want to cancel, I want my money back. That's it. I call customer service and I say, hey, so-and-so sent you an email and she wants to cancel her order and get her money back. And they look up the email based on her customer ID. They'll look at the email that's attached to her account, and they will refund her everything she ordered in the last 60 days. All you have to say to somebody to keep it simple is, listen, I'll do everything I can to get your money back for you. You don't have to worry about that. It's super easy to get your money back. Even if it's you calling customer service and three-way calling that person in to talk for 2 seconds. It doesn't matter. There's many different ways to do it. It's super easy. And there's no pushback. They don't, they might ask, oh, why, just for statistical reasons in their computer system, but it's super easy to get your money back. But make sure people understand every customer has a 60-day money back guarantee on every product, every order. It does not matter if my 87-year-old customer has been a customer for 3 years. If she wants her money back on the last 60 days worth of product, she will get her money back. So it's every product, every order. And it's individual products. If you liked the Slim but didn't like the Accelerator, get your money back on the Accelerator and try Boost. Get your money back on Accelerator and try ProBio 5 and BioCleanse. It doesn't matter. They get that 60-day money-back guarantee. The really cool thing, just because we're talking about it, is that a person can take that 60-day money-back guarantee today, and 3 months later, 4 months later, 2 months later, whatever it is, change their mind and decide they want to try again, and Plexus still will give them that same guarantee when they try again. So it's not like it's a one-time deal. It's not a one-shot and you're done. Everybody gets that 60-day money-back guarantee on every product, every order. Okay. Number 3, follow up. I can't tell you how important follow-up is. It is absolutely critical. I've shown you these statistics again, but there's a few I wanted to talk about. 80% of sales happen in the 5th to 12th follow-up. Not the 2nd, not the 3rd, 5 to 12. Y'all, that can mean easily 80% of sales are not going to happen for you until the 11th or 12th time you follow up with somebody. Let me tell you this, 48% of salespeople, that's us, never follow up at all. 25% make 2 contacts and then stop. And then it said 10% make 3 contacts and stop. So like 90%, I don't know, I didn't add that up exactly, but like 80 or 90% of salespeople don't follow up more than 3 times. And statistics show us that it's between 5 and 12 follow-ups that's needed for a person to actually purchase. So if you know a person needs to hear from you from 5 to 12 separate times in order to make a purchase, you have got to learn to follow up. And I know that it's kind of scary. I know you kind of feel like a stalker. I know you feel like you're bothering people, but you're not. You're not. And so many people, I've said this 1,000 times, so many people will thank you later for following up with them. I don't think Crystal's on the call tonight. She's on a family vacation, but I don't know how many times I had to follow up with Crystal. And now, seriously, like every time we talk about something like this, she always says, thank you so much, because it's completely changed her life, but it wasn't a priority to her the first day she messaged me about it. And it took time, and it took being the right time for her, and enough times that I was like, girl, you're really going to love this. Why are you not doing this? You know, whatever, in order for it to be right for her and for her to get to that point. So some ideas on how to follow up. Send a testimony that specifically deals with whatever it is you know that they are suffering from, or whatever. You know, if it's wellness, send a wellness. If it's migraine, send a migraine. If it's weight loss, send an inspirational weight loss. Whatever it is, send a testimony. If they're in it for the business, send a diamond documentary. Send a testimony of someone who has gone from bankruptcy like Kendra to, you know, a diamond ambassador, or even somebody who just has a testimony that they've made $500 a month and it's completely changed their lives. I mean, that's a lot of money. Send a video. And obviously we're not sending all these on the same day. These are different ideas for multiple ways to follow up with somebody. We're going to send a testimony that deals with their issues. We're going to send a video. I would love for you to watch this and then let's talk. And after you say something like that, follow up 2 days later. Hey, did you get a chance to watch that video that I sent to you on Friday? You know, send it on Monday. Did you get a chance over the weekend to watch that video I sent you? You could send the Plexus Journey video. You can send the Plexus Compensation, the new cool compensation video. Kind of depends, again, on who the person is. If it's a diabetic, send the Jeff Welch video. Like, get comfortable knowing the different videos that are out there so that you can know what you can send to somebody. Don't send them something really long and boring. Send them something quick, you know, good music and exciting and interesting and whatever. Send them a diamond documentary. Send them whatever. I send teachers, I Google teacher Plexus diamond documentary, and you will find the ones where they're teachers. You know, you can put bankruptcy Plexus diamond documentary, and you will find the ones where people, you know, claim that they were bankrupt. Again, ideas on follow-up. What holds you back from giving Plexus a try? Asking those pointed questions so they can say to you, you know what, honestly, it's a money issue right now. Or you know what, I just can't get past blah. You know, I just can't swallow pills. I just can't stand disgusting drinks. I just can't, whatever. Whatever it is they come back with, you can say, hey, well, try my pink drink. It's not disgusting. It's great. I'll send you a sample. Or, girl, you don't have to be able to swallow pills. Open those things up and put them in some applesauce and drink it down. You know, swallow it down, whatever. You can address their specific concerns if you ask the question, what holds you back? This one comes from my husband because he knows I'm the worst at this. Call someone. When you are following up with somebody, it's A-okay to give them a call on the real telephone. Apparently, this is socially acceptable, and it's totally okay to do it. So pick up the phone and just call somebody. And, you know, he said specifically, you don't have to call them specifically to talk about Plexus. These are your friends. If it's somebody you socially see anyway, call them about something completely different. Just be engaged with people, and that's going to help your business because you're still in their lives. And going along with that, just in general, you know, commenting on people's things on Facebook, liking things of people on Facebook. It's not you screaming, hey, I'm still here with this Plexus stuff, but it is you kind of just teasing your way into their lives and making sure they know you're still there. They know you still care about them as a friend. They know you still want to be a part of their lives. And a lot of times people will see your name and go, oh gosh, I really need to write her back about that Plexus stuff. Or man, next week I'm going to, you know, make it to get this done or whatever. I'll tell you, this week I had to go to school. I lost my phone while I was volunteering at school. So the next morning I had to go. And two separate ladies who saw me on campus came up to me. One messaged me later and one came up to me right then and were like, hey, I've been meaning to talk to you about this Plexus stuff. And it was simply because I was standing there. I wasn't even in my swag or anything, but they know that that's what I do. And so they both approached me about it. So, you know, just call someone, comment on things, be involved in their lives. And another great question when you're following up, because again, we're just talking about ideas on how to follow up. Did I address your concerns? What other questions can I answer for you? So again, it's a pointed question that just says, how can I help you? Did I address your concerns? Or you can even, Melissa Martin says, I kind of feel like I probably haven't told you something you need to know. What more, you know, what other information can I give you? So you put it back on yourself. I feel like I haven't done enough in explaining this compensation plan to you. What more would you need to know to make a decision? And then they can come back, oh yeah, you really haven't told me enough about XYZ, whatever. And then you go, okay, let me help you. Let me fix that for you. Follow-up is huge. I can't honestly say it enough. It is enormous. It is way needed. Y'all have to follow up. Not in a stalker kind of way. In a gentle, you know, after the first conversation, maybe 48 hours later, and 2 or 3 days later, and a week after that, and a week after that. And then I've gotten to the point where a lot of people I just follow up with monthly at this point. But in the beginning, it has to be more frequent. And if you ask them to do something, you have to follow up quickly after that to assume they've done it, like with a sample. Don't wait a week, you know, wait 2 or 3 days. Hey, did you receive that sample? What did you think? A couple more days. Hey, just checking back, you know, whatever. Okay. Number 4, listen to people around you and those who contact you. We were given 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So you have to ask questions and listen to answers and just listen to people in general. You can hear a lot about people's issues and ailments and drama in their life and et cetera just by listening and being a good friend. And again, this comes back to some of that liking things and commenting things on Facebook. Just you're involved in their lives and they know that you value them as a person much more than just a sale. A great thing to go along with listening to people is the feel, felt, found. So feel, felt, found is, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way. Or my friend Liza felt the same way, you know, whatever it is. Like I never had plantar fasciitis, but I could say, I understand how you feel. My friend Liza felt the same way before Plexus, and what she found was blah, blah, blah. So you can say that to somebody with anything. If they're suffering from migraines, oh my gosh, I totally understand how you feel. I felt the same way, and I have found that, you know, these amazing products, have you ever heard of Plexus? They're incredible. and they've helped me so much with my migraines, or they've helped my sister with PCOS, or they've helped my husband with blood pressure, cholesterol, whatever it is, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way, or so-and-so, my friend felt the same way, my husband felt the same way, whoever that person is. And what we have found, he has found, I have found is, etc. So listen to people and be ready, not to jump in and help them, but just be ready to commiserate with them and understand with them, and then, kind of approach them about a better way, something that can actually help them. And then number 5, our last one, is get out of your house. Get out of your house, start meeting people, wear your swag. You don't have to talk about Plexus just because you have swag on, but a lot of times people will ask you about it, or they will see you wearing it and, just constantly wearing it at the baseball field or at, the mall or at wherever it is that you might be, and they will end up asking you about it. But just in general, it's great to get around new people. If you go somewhere, don't sit next to the same person every single week, mix it up, talk to new people, talk to different people, talk about your lives. You don't have to vomit Plexus on people just to make new friends, to get reacquainted with old friends, to get to know, people's spouses when you're watching kids at the ball field, whatever it is that you do. If you're, whatever it is, if you're in a yoga class, if you're in an art class, if you're, in a Bible study, intentionally talk to and meet new people. We have something that people need. You can just talk to people about life in general and connect with people socially. When you make a new friend, intentionally connect with them. Hey, can I friend you on Facebook? Or hey, will you find yourself on Facebook so we can stay connected, or whatever. I know it's a little bit awkward in the beginning, the first couple of times that you try to make a new friend on Facebook. But, even if it's after you've had a great conversation with somebody, you go home and search for them on Facebook and then just hit the friend request. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? They're going to say no. I mean, the odds of that are very low. So making those extra efforts to be really friendly with people, just genuinely kind and gracious, and building friendships is going to help them as much as it's going to help you. Because really, at the end of the day, we want customers because we want to help these people to feel as great as we do, to see the financial benefits as ambassadors, to see the health benefits as customers that they won't have if we are not going to share these amazing products with them. So that is all for tonight. I hope that helps you with your customers. If you have people who have been on the fence for a while, then I hope that you are going to take some time in the next week and follow up. And, if you've never asked questions, then start asking questions. If you have somebody that you've been following up with forever, then go ahead and ask them some of those. What more can I tell you? What have I not shared with you that you might need to hear? You're going to know how far along in this kind of conversational journey you are with someone to hit the right way, the right approach to help them. And it's great to have customers. We all want to hit the 500 PV every month because that's going to get us the 25% sales commissions. And happy customers many, many times make amazing ambassadors because they already know the products work, they already feel great, and they can't help but share them with family and friends once they fall in love with the products. So I hope that helps. Do you guys have any questions that you want answered? If you do, you can chat them. Otherwise, you can jump off because the call is over, but I'll hang tight if there are questions from anybody. But otherwise, yay! Thanks for joining us. Have a good night.
Melissa?
Ma'am?
I got you. Wow, I pushed the buttons and I got you before it was over. I don't know if I went on the call or not, but last night, just a girl